They're taking out the forest on the entire south side of the ravine here. That's going to fundamentally change the forest. We're cutting it in half. The remaining trees left in the forest, how are they going to adapt to these new conditions? The stream here, it's currently shaded right now, but what happens when we open it up to the light? So when Metrolinx is proposing these changes, I'm not confident that they're adequately understanding the effects of their change, and I wish they would, because this is a beautiful forest ecosystem. The diversity of trees here is incredible, right? We have red oak, white oaks, beeches and sugar maples and hemlocks and witch hazels, and all these things are going to come down because of this fourth track. So it would be nice if Metrolinx could look at ways of preserving this forest ecosystem as is. What Metrolinx could do better is they could slow down a little bit with the project. Are there ways that we can preserve some of them? Can we move other ones to different places in the park? When we replant, can we look at ways that, for example, shading the stream, right? We're all kind of trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to make our world a more sustainable place. They're trying to build transit, we're trying to plant more trees, we're trying to save the existing trees now. So we're actually in alignment. Let's figure out how to work together to achieve these goals.
I think that it would be really great if Metrolinx looked at this area with the lens of, this is something special, we need to protect it, and we can do better. And I challenge them actually to do that, to come up with an innovative solution that doesn't destroy an ecosystem, that doesn't destroy old growth forests, which we have very little of. And I think that there's examples like that in many places. I was reading an article the other day. Frank Gehry is about to build some of the tallest buildings in Toronto. If he can do that, why can't we do something innovative and imaginative to bridge transportation from the suburbs to our downtown? I think Metrolinx should be considering the space holistically, as a park, as an old growth forest, as a creek that is one of the last ones in Toronto to be above ground. And just looking at these large trees, you think there's got to be another way to do this. And maybe we won't be able to save every single one. Maybe we won't be able to save half of them. But I do think that we could be able to come up with a solution that would allow us to replant or maintain a bunch of them. It feels like they're not treating it as an important area. It's just using the lowest sort of form of construction. Let's not do it in a bulldoze manner. Let's do it in a manner that we can tout and show around the world as an example of how Toronto can have high-tech transportation and have impressive green spaces at the same time.
I think what's special about this place is that it still has a live stream, because so many of Toronto's creeks and rivers have been hidden. Most of the Ashbridges Bay watershed has been paved over. It's increasingly difficult to care for so many places, so I know that many of the ravines need help, but at the same time, this is an opportunity for us to get to know these special places which are endangered. I would hope that they can consider this ravine system as a whole. Like, they're a very powerful agency, and so this really should be an opportunity. A lot of restoration work looks to restoring a place to its kind of pre-settlement condition, and we should really consider how they can do that and hold them to that kind of goal and objective. They've tried to put together a restoration plan with native species, but I think there are many opinions of their survivability. This side of the creek, it's the north side of the rail, so it doesn't get a lot of sun. This area has been classified as a swampland, actually, so how do we keep it vegetated and shaded and cooled in terms of maintaining this ecology and the wildlife that swims and lives here?
I feel that Toronto is really privileged for the wild spaces that it has. I think this is the time we need to start valuing these spaces for what they contribute. These areas harbor native trees and many other biophilic systems that are essentially carbon sinks. They purify our air. They also provide shading, evaporative cooling. We're expecting a lot more stormwater, and they become places for the water to run off and protect our neighborhoods. We live in a magnificent watershed. It has been treated predominantly as disposable land. Smalls Creek and Williamson Ravine, they were linked, and then the railway put a trestle bridge through here and ran some tracks through, and now we have this embankment. What I would really like Metrolinx to do is to pause and be willing to revisit their structural design. I'm really actually very confident that there are solutions. We as a team have come up with several. There is one that would leave close to all of the trees on this embankment intact. We as a community really want to see Metrolinx get this right.